I'd just like to say thank you very much to the domestic abuse team, to Rob and Julia. Thank you for really energising this whole system approach of working, of giving choice, of working collaboratively, pulling on the lived experience and knowledge of survivors, local organisations and support networks across the county. I'm just going to quote Sandra Hawley, the CEO of Refuge here, in saying that domestic abuse is not a private matter. It is a crime which is overwhelmingly perpetrated by men against women, and the causes of which lie in inequality, entitlement, traditional expectation, men's power and control over women, and in some cases, their children. A few years ago in Cambridge, I was at a domestic abuse conference and listened to a harrowing talk from Luke and Ryan Hart, whose mother and sister were murdered by their father just a few days after they'd managed to move out of the family home. He had never physically assaulted them before and was described in the press as a decent kind of chap who did DIY, who had just suddenly snapped, rather than the abuser and coercive controller that he was. I'd just like to read a paragraph from their book, Operation Lighthouse. As men having suffered under this broken masculine ideology, we want to help change the wider conversation. Domestic abuse truly is terrorism. NATO defines terrorism as the unlawful use or threatened use of force or violence against individuals or property in an attempt to coerce or intimidate governments or societies to achieve political, religious, or ideological objectives. We would argue that the control and violence exercised by men against women and children in domestic abuse is consistent with achieving a political and ideological end through mass terror. Its goal is to deprecate the position of women in society through fear and control. Once fear has been established, it is no longer necessary to exert violence because the fear of violence becomes internalised in the victim and they begin to constrain themselves. This is the invisible danger of coercive control. The White Ribbon campaign works collaboratively to change the cultures that lead to violence against women. I am a White Ribbon champion, and I know I'm not the only supporter in this room. If you don't know them, please do look them up. I am also a survivor, and the statistics also indicate that I'm probably not the only survivor in this room. So I am really pleased to be in a position today to be able to raise my hand in support of proposing submitting the Domestic Abuse Safe Accommodation Strategy, with the determination to continue to raise awareness of the entrenched causes of domestic abuse as we embrace open, constructive conversation and ongoing, forward-thinking, collaborative action. Thank you.